How's it going, guys? Joe Cee The Barber here with Brendan or Brandon?
Brandon with an A.
Brandon with an A. All right, so don't get that one confused, guys. Brandon with an A. So, Brandon, the name of your business is Just Bead It.
Yeah, Just Beat It. Just
Okay.
like the Michael Jackson song, but it's spelled bead instead of beats.
Got it. Perfect, perfect. Awesome. So, Brandon, this is some cool shit. Like, what is this?
Thank you. So this is pretty much my own version of pixel art, but instead we're using perler beads. And what sets us apart is that we make our designs and we specialize in portraits. So we can do pretty much any photo. If you guys have a photo you guys want to send to us, we can make it. Or if there's any reference, logos, we can make it all.
So what you're saying is I can just send you a picture of my dog.
Yeah, literally.
And like you can get the colors and all of that down just like that?
Yeah, so if you want, you could just send me a photo from your phone right now and then we could just get it started.
Okay.
Yeah, so just as easy as like that.
So I did hear you say us.
Yes.
Is it who else is in this with you, or is it
so I include my girlfriend because she's my manager, and I wouldn't have this many things without her. So I would love to include her.
Got it. So got it. So your girl actually like manages. What part does she manage?
Yeah, so she pretty much manages like the business part, making sure we have events, making sure everything's up to date, making sure everything's trending. You know, making sure pretty much we're capitalizing on everything that we should capitalize.
Okay, cool, perfect. So she handles the back end of everything.
Yes.
Did you set this up?
I did, but
Okay,
she
you
set
got
up the other one.
Okay, all right, perfect. Awesome. So how long have you been doing this?
So professionally, I've been doing this since the pandemic, so around like 2020. But as a hobby, I've been doing this for around 10 years now. But before that, I was an artist my whole life. So I would like to say my whole life.
Got it. Got it. Now, by professionally, you mean like that, like 10 years ago is when you started to sell it, or what does professionally look like?
So professionally, I would say is when I started venturing into markets. So before then, I was just pretty much making stuff for friends, making stuff for like family members. You know, someone would be like, "Oh, I love Pokemon." I was like, "Well, here you go." Yeah. And I would try to get the coolest points. You know,
that's
like,
fucking awesome. That's awesome. So before we got on camera, Brandon and I were actually having a pretty dope conversation. There was something that you said about your mom. Would you care to share that with us?
Yeah. So honestly, my mother's my main inspiration. Growing up, we didn't have that much. We didn't have that much money. So what she pretty much emphasized was art. And all around the walls, it was always art. It might be cracked, the walls themselves, but there was always art.
Wow.
And growing up, I love video games, and my mom never told me, you know, like no to stuff in terms of like creatively. So all of this is just a mixture of all that. My love for my mom, my love for video games, and my love for art.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that hit me. That hit home for me because it has been a thing in the past for me with my son. He's like I mean, dude, you ask this guy any question about gaming and he goes off. I mean, he lights up talking about Minecraft and this and the gold this and the AK-47 that's plat. And there's been times where I'm just like, oh my god, I need to get this kid away from the video, not away from video games, but like I don't want his life to just revolve around video
like his
games.
world will be that small.
Right?
But you know what's funny though? Like
if I can get your perspective on that, dude, that would help me along with anybody else who might be telling their kids video games are gonna fry your brain and they're the worst and you're gonna be a lazy right? Like
So of course there's like that stigma. But you know, we all love sitting down and relaxing. That's just our form of meditation. But from your son's perspective, I would like to say he's probably trying to impress you with all that information. So in a sense, he's like bonding with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so he's just using video games as a connection to connect with you. And for me, that was my connection with my mom. You know, so I mixed in video games, which is me, and I mixed in art, which is her. So there you go.
Wow,
and honestly, man, that's great that he's willing to share all that information. With you. It just shows you're a good father too. You know?
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I definitely try. I mean, I got definitely a good parenting partner as well that helps out.
That's great.
So
man.
that's
all that matters.
Awesome.
That's all that matters.
Awesome. And my kids do lean towards artistic stuff. So thank you for that, because now I can like lean into the video game thing and kind of allow him to just create whatever he chooses to create with the space. So that's really awesome. And so how do you get it to look like this, man? Like I didn't even know they made beads in this color. Right?
Yeah, so luckily over the years, the brand himself has been coming up with colors, but we still have the issue of like being limited with the colors. But then again, pixel art also tends itself to be great with limiting colors.
Okay.
Yeah, so since we're limited to colors, that means we could pretty much mix in colors, but not mix, but in a sense where your brain's gonna mix in the color in between.
Your brain.
Yeah.
Your brain's gonna create some shit that's not really there.
Yeah, so it's pretty trippy because I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but the closer you get, the more pixelized it looks. But the farther you go, the more your brain kind of tricks yourself into thinking that there's more colors inside.
Huh.
Yeah.
Melissa, could you get into this, the Hulk? Perfect. So we're gonna get in close. And then let's see how it looks the further we get. Oh wow, look at that.
Yeah, so the farther you get, the colors kind of blend in more, and your brain just kind of makes a connection since your brain is already looking for eyes, it's looking for facial features.
Huh.
So there, it's already like mixing in it all together for you.
Dude, that's awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and put this camera back down right here.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, I'm gonna refocus it. Perfect. All right.
It happened. And we're back.
So now, did you go to school for any of this stuff? Was there a class you took? Was there any training?
So honestly, no. I was just self-taught. YouTube honestly is the best educator out there. All you got to do is just keep on looking until you're satisfied. Yep.
YouTube University.
Yeah. Color theory, man. There's so many already good videos on it. And honestly, this is all color theory. Since we're already basing like the portraits off of their sizes, we already know what to work with. Like in terms of the limit of how many beads we could put all around the canvas. So after that, we know that we can mess around with the negative space, right? So once we figure out the negative space, we can figure out the rest.
Crazy.
Yeah, so there's techniques to this, and there's little techniques to make it a little bit easier on yourself as well.
Dude, art.
Thank you.
Art. This really is art, because not only are you creating something that's like appealing, but you're creating something that even psychologically goes deeper than just what like the eye can see. And what I'm getting is you have to perceive that when making it. How is the other going to perceive this color scheme, right? And you have to be able to visualize that before even getting it onto the canvas.
Yeah. So, and the way to get around that is honestly legibility. Because once you get legibility, then you can mess around with the properties that are within the beads.
Got it.
And by properties, I mean that like let's say you have hair, right? Hair's tousled. You want it crazy. You want some of it wet. You want some of it like shining.
Yeah.
So that's where you get something like this.
Wow.
Yeah. And once we start mixing in those little properties of materials, then you start really getting into the details of the beads, or pixel art, I should say.
This is some cool shit, man. This is some cool shit. I think Melissa gave me the idea the other day of sending you a picture of my dog. And I think that's why I thought of it earlier, and getting something like this done on my dog.
I would love that.
I'm definitely gonna send something like that down your way to get it done.
Yeah, man. Especially if we're gonna be staring at something, you know.
Yeah.
It might as well be something cute.
Yeah. This is super cool, man. So for anybody watching, can they only buy this at the pop-up, or how? I mean, if somebody watching wanted to actually buy one of these pieces or commission you, how do they get a hold of you? Do you have a website?
Yeah. So we mainly run things through our Instagram.
Okay, which
is just Bead It 21. Bead is spelled B-E-A-D.
Okay.
Not B-E-A-T. And mainly we do all our business through there, but otherwise we're all over SoCal almost every weekend, just doing little pop-ups.
Okay.
Yeah, we try to keep things personal, just to, you know, I love telling my story, and I love connecting with people.
That's fucking awesome, man. That is super awesome. And so I'll make sure to put everything in the description below. I'll make sure to put his link to his Instagram and everything else, and along with more pictures of his work. I'm almost certain there's going to be a reel on our Instagram soon. So I don't want to say watch out for that, because that one will probably come out first than this. But man, Brandon, thank you so much for having us.
Man, thank you.
Showing us your art, allowing us to expose it to many more people, hopefully. And really, hopefully, we can get your self-expression out there, because I think it's fucking awesome what you're doing.
Thank you so much, brother.
Hey,
Thank you.
Brandon, appreciate you.
Yeah, nice meeting you.
All right, guys, till the next one.
Have a good one, guys.